Alright friends, welcome to issue 938. Now I think we skipped 937. That's because I've started recording on Saturdays, so I kind of missed a week. If I would have grabbed it on Thursday, then I would have had it, and now that's okay. We're gonna skip ahead. Okay, I'll give it to you, Us Weekly. I had been really harsh on you about the whole punctuation thing, but I mentioned last week, is there more? Is that what we're going for? And I realized that's exactly it. When you read that and it doesn't finish, you want to read more. So it's a tactic, and I concede to that, and you may proceed without punctuation. This one I was really excited about. Chloe fights back, and she's like, I'm friggin' strong, Chloe. There's a reason these two named their fragrance Unbreakable. Blah, 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 defense her marriage, blah, 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 blatant lies, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was lying. That makes me so happy and so relieved, because out of everyone that is famous, Chloe and Lamar is who I was fighting for. I liked them. I really like Chloe, and if you've heard my speech before, you can kind of tune out. I like how cool she is with herself. I like that out of the three sisters, she's the one who seems to have the brains. She's the one who doesn't have these crazy freakouts. She's pretty down to earth. One of my favorite things that I've seen her do one time on the show was before they were getting married, her and her mom were out looking for dishes, and they were looking at china, and she was like, Mom, I don't want fine china. She's like, no, everyone has to have a set of fine chinas. And Chloe looked at it and she's like, Mom, my friends can't even afford to buy me one of these plates. I don't want this. And I just really like that about her. And her and Lamar, they get along, they communicate well, which is me and Neil's big thing is, just completely open communication. And if you'll notice, if you compare her to the other two, if you ask me, she is doing really well, and I'm so glad to find out that her and Lamar are together and happy. Every time I see Rosario Dawson, I just think, oh, Rosario, you look so great and grown up. And I realize that's because I remember her specifically from Rent, where she plays a drug addict, so she's really gangly, and she's supposed to be 19, so it makes sense that she looks completely different. But I just like it when I see her. I think, boy, Rosario, you sure seem to be doing well since you're not a drug addict anymore. Celebrities Presidential Party. This is cool. They're talking about who was there. John Mayer and Katy Perry. I didn't know they were together. They look like a good fit. There's Beyonce. Oh, what is with the scandal about the lip syncing? That would be a bad time for something to go wrong. I don't know. Cut her some slack. Goodness sake, we know she can sing. It's not like, what? You mean you've been using auto-tune this whole time, Beyonce? No. I think this is the most skin we have ever seen on a First Lady. She's rocking it. Stars have dogs. Stars have friends. Stars go outside. There's some sad things in this issue. The first one is Taylor Swift, humiliated by the jokes. She has been viciously picked on by her peers, by us, for dating guys for not that long and then writing hit songs about her breakups. The Golden Globes. Tina Fey made a quip at her, and then Michael J. Fox made a similar quip. It just makes her sad. She feels very lonely, and so she's kind of turned to the one thing that she can control, which is her weight. She is sad, and her loved ones are apparently worried about her. So I think that's really sad, and I feel bad for her. Another one in here that's similar to that, Donde está? No. I'm not really sure where that is, but Kristen Stewart. Basically, what happened with the whole her being with that older guy who was her producer or whatever, yeah, that was found out by the media. The media caught that, and then they pasted it on the front of everything, and that's how Robert got to find out that she was cheating on him. Can stars not cheat in peace anymore? It's just, okay, she shouldn't be cheating, I get that. But pasted on the front of a magazine, that's just not very nice. The cover story, she tried to destroy my family. Now, I don't really know these women very well. That's because they're from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't watch The Housewives. They're not real. They're just fancy people. In case you know who they are, I will try to use their names. The Catfight Bravo didn't show. Adrienne Maloof will never forgive Brandi Glanville for revealing her surrogacy secret. Brandi here was trying to prove that Adrienne was, or Adrienne, I'm going to say Adrienne, that Adrienne was a big liar, and so she was trying to like say all these things that she's lied about, and she just picked the thing that was at the very top of the list to make a point. The thing is that she said it during recording, and Adrienne freaked out and got lawyers involved and talked to the producers, and they got it cut out. The secret that she told that Us Weekly knows about, and other people know about too, is that Adrienne, she had her first kid, but then for her twins that came later, they used a surrogate mother. Now, I don't know, I read most of it. I don't know if it was because she couldn't, like, carry children. I don't know if it was because she didn't want the stretch marks. It doesn't matter. Her biggest fear was that her kids would find out, and they're like 7 or 8 now. She was gonna wait until they were at least 10 before she told them that they had a surrogate mother. Let me tell you something. I get that it was her secret, but if you're honest with your kids, they're gonna be honest with you. If you hide what you have done and hide your little stories and, oh, it's just a little tidbit, and you just hide things from your kids, they're not going to tell you things. They're not going to want to be honest with you. They're not going to want to hear what you have to say. The second that they find out that you lied to them, you lose a lot. They're always going to wonder, what else are you hiding? They are going to look through cabinets to try to find things that can just tell them the truth about who they are and what's going on and why certain things are happening and why mom and dad shut down when we talk about certain subjects. So I'm not a parent. I can't speak from the parent side of this, but I was once a kid. So just be honest with your kids. I think that's really important. And here they kind of talked to like a psychologist guy, and he basically said you need to tell them these kind of things when they're like 3, okay? We think kids can't handle things. We think, oh, save their innocence, or oh, they wouldn't understand. No, kids understand so much more than we give them credit for, so much more. So what needs to happen is around age 3, you start just being truthful, telling these things, making it part of their life story, and then it's not a thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a sad thing. It's not a scary thing. It just is what it is, and that's okay. They can take it. Believe me, they can take it. They want to take it. Give it to them. So just don't lie to your kids. So I think I'm going to stop with that. Oh, we will wrap up with the Fashion Police, as everyone loves that. None of these are that bad. For the most part, I think this week I'm just feeling sorry for the stars. Like, everyone puts so much pressure on them, and they have to be fake sometimes, and we judge every little thing that they do, and we take their personal lives and we just like smear it all over everything. And so, you know what? They deserve a little bit of privacy. So we are going to do that today. We are going to close the book, and we are going to give them a little bit of privacy. So thank you for joining me and listening to me rant, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely week. So good night.